Yo, what is going on, my little tadpoles? You got Hikertoad here, and today I am back. It has been a while since I've said that intro, but I am back with some league content. It has been a while since I've uploaded, but for those of you who do not know, I got accepted into this upcoming season of the NPL Minors Division, so I'm really definitely excited for that. Honestly, this roster for Minors is like probably the most stacked that it's probably been in a while, and it's really looking to be a fun season with lots of coaches and everyone's just really motivated. So I honestly really do recommend that you do check out the guys competing this season as well. All of their links will be in the description below. A bunch of great guys and really good content creators as well. Definitely recommend that you guys do that, as well as the fan server link for the NPL, which is basically you can interact with the coaches, both majors and minors. Definitely recommend you check that out. I'll leave a link for that in the description as well. Make sure you rep those Boston Boldores. But yeah, I'm really excited to be in this season, and just going into the draft. Also, I want to say sorry if my voice is a little raspy or whatever, sore throat or whatever. But yeah, going into this draft, I actually got lucky and managed to get the second overall pick, which was really exciting because there were two mons that I was really looking at to sort of build around, as I really wanted to just get that a really good mon to build around, being either Celesteela or the Kyurem Black, both just being absolutely amazing beasts in the format in their own right. Celesteela arguably being the best mon in the format right now by a lot of people. And then Kyurem Black's just absolutely disgusting. It's so bulky and it's one of the best breakers that has decent speed as well in the game, so it's definitely a really good pick as well. But I'm just going to hop right into it. I think I did cover everything. So with our first pick, we actually did end up getting the Why is this? Okay, so I'm new to Google Slides. I'm good at this, I swear. Anyway, so we got Celesteela pick 1, really cool. I've never used this thing before. I've used it in like a mock or two, but like that's it. Haven't used it beyond that, so I figured, you know what, might as well try out something new, have some fun. I kind of wanted to get some like good stuff, like some stuff that was new to me, some stuff I haven't used in a while, and some stuff that I just felt like I would be comfortable with. So because I honestly wasn't really sure about Celesteela, just because I wasn't feeling that sort of comfortable about it. Because you get that sort of vibe of like usually before you pick them on of like how you feel about it. So if you get what I mean. But so I've decided to build my draft around Celesteela. So like I said, I had the second pick. So it won't be my pick again until like what is it, like 30 something picks, maybe a little less. So that's like a lot of picks to sort of wait for. And I really wanted to, like, I had some notes on how to really try and draft around Celesteela, because I looked at some previous Celesteela drafts just recently from other players and just in general, and I really wanted to try and accomplish what they sort of accomplished with their teams, but also improve upon it and see what weaknesses they really had. So Celesteela's main weaknesses are fire and electric, or only weaknesses, which is actually really nice. It's pretty easy to cover if you do get like a solid ground type, a solid dragon type. So something like maybe Garchomp is really good immediately, or like maybe Charizard X or Salamence, just one of those really scary dragons could be really good. So basically, with that in mind, I also wanted to sort of delve deeper into how to really build around Celesteela, because I noticed that some teams that draft around Celesteela have a lack of like don't have that many rockers, and also lack good removal. And I wouldn't really say like good removal, but just like, well, yeah, kind of good removal, I guess you could say, because while Celesteela is not weak to stealth rocks, it most certainly does not appreciate taking them. So I most certainly wanted to make sure that rocks were off the field as much as I can to preserve its longevity in my matches. So with that in mind, I was like kind of trying to think, because let me see. Basically next up I'm gonna actually go into my next pick, because this is where I sort of decided my sort of plan. because I was like, this was the #1 mon I wanted to pair with Celesteela, just because I haven't used Zardex in forever. I used it like once. I did really good with it. Um, and it pairs absolutely fantastically with Celesteela because they both can weaken each other's checks, and they're both absolutely terrifying offensive sweepers, and as well can be really defensive as well. So with these first two picks, I have two really good mons that are really versatile as well, which I absolutely really love. And then Charizard, like I said earlier, takes off that fire and electric weakness immediately from my Celesteela, which is really, really nice. And also with my Celesteela, I didn't mention this before because I was kind of blanking on it. But basically, what I want to do with Celesteela is Celesteela can check flying types, but I don't want Celesteela to be forced to check flying types. So just that as an example, and fairy types as well. So I kind of want mons that can check the same mons that Celesteela does to allow it to run offensive whenever I want. I don't want it to be forced to run defensive, which is my main sort of goal with this. And so I was thinking, because I'm basically the wheel, so the majority of my picks are kind of in twos, because the only person who could possibly slay me, as you see down below, is Turkey, coach of the Toronto Luxrays, as just he picks two mons, and we pick right again. So next up, I decided to get a mon that I really like, and just really forms a terrifying core with these two mons and supports them really well, being Rotom Wash. So basically, like I said with the sort of flying thing, Rotom Wash is one of the best flying type checks in the game. So it basically alleviates all pressure off of Celesteela from flying types. So that's really nice. So I don't really have to force it to do that. I can just use Rotom Wash if I want, and it can even be vice versa if I wanted to run an offensive Rotom Wash and defensive Celesteela, and which is actually a really nice possibility because Rotom Wash now has Defog, which is really good because it can get away the rocks for both Zard and Steelit. I think it's one of the most reliable defoggers that there is. I definitely think it's probably top 5, maybe top 3, just because of how bulky it is and how easily it can get that defog off, and just because it beats most rockers as well due to its typing and levitate. So that's really, really nice. And how these 3 mons synergize perfectly is because the only things that really want to switch into Rotom Wash, due to electric and water actually being really hard to switch into, are grass types and mons with that are really specially bulky. Both of those sort of types of mons are things that both Charizard and Celesteela can take advantage of. The core of Celesteela and Charizard basically eats live grass types, and if they want to bring something really specially defensive, I'll just Blissey off the top of my head, a Charizard I can bolt on it and then just blow it back with Charizard. So that's just really, 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 honestly, just really good synergy. I wouldn't choose anything else for these first 3 picks. I really like them a lot. So after this, I had to wait again. I had to wait 30 or so picks, like I said. And so for my next pick, I was looking, and I really wanted to sort of get another fairy check. I wanted to start getting my rockers because I'm already 3 picks in. I don't have a rocker, so I really don't want to just scramble for rocks at the end. And so I decided to pick up Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen also just pairs really well with this core, as Toxic Spikes are really nice for Celesteela, as it really likes to stall things out with Subseed or just Subprotect, or well, not Subprotect, Protect Seeds. It's really annoying for opponents to deal with, and can make it potentially sweeping sets better as well if I can run Autonomize and maybe Seeds or something, and Poison. That's really nice depending on the matchup. And like I said, it takes on fairy types. The only fairy types that really threaten me are Gardevoir and Mega Gardevoir, just because Psychic and then T-Bolt, so that's annoying to deal with. But I will have some ways to work around that. So yeah, overall Nidoqueen's just really good. Like I said before, I actually didn't mention this, but Rotom's another fire resist for Celesteela. Nidoqueen is a good electric answer. So I have Nidoqueen and Charizard, which is really nice for Celesteela. Really just want to punish, not be worried about things that can switch into my Celesteela. So moving forward, this is where things get a bit interesting. So in the fourth round, yeah, in the fourth round, there were like a bunch of good grass types left, and just like one after another, all the grass types just like went immediately. Like every single grass type I was like considering just like went gone. Like even ones that I don't use that often, I was looking at Bulu because I was still there for some reason, like earlier on. I was looking at Superior, Celebi. Shaman went like round three because Jake Jake just has an addiction to Celebi. But then Decidueye, yeah, Decidueye was like the main one. I was gonna get Decidueye here like 100% if it was here, but unfortunately it did not. So I decided to spice things up and delve deeper and get something that I think is really good value for where it is. Um, it might be a bit early. It definitely is a bit early, I will admit. But we decided to get round 5 Piloswine. So listen up. Alright, so basically I had this core in the CPC for anyone who might have watched me then or whatever. But basically not Celesteela, Piloswine and Nidoqueen form this really good core in which they can just easily check electric types. The only thing that electric types can hit them in common is water, because Piloswine's weak to fighting, but Nidoqueen resists fighting, so that's really, really good. And it's another electric check, so basically, like, and in combination with Zard, because Zard's neutral to water, but it's not going to take that much from, like, what, a Surf? Or maybe, like, HP Water, because, like, not many mons have Surf. So it's just really, really, like, that. Those three just pretty much block out any electric type that may want to be threatening. Obviously, like stuff like Thundy and like Coco can still be threatening if they play it right, my opponents. But this core pretty much requires them to do that and can really put the matchup and prepping just in my favor, which is something I really wanted to do. I really wanted to have a team that could have a good matchup most weeks, so I could really not really rely on it, but like sort of use it as a benefit, I guess. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but yeah. So I decided to get round 5 Piloswine. Really big fan of it. Obviously, I could have gotten it like for Nidoqueen to flex, but because I was pretty sure I was getting just these two, but alas. So next up, I wanted to get more support for my Celesteela and Zard, because I do have some really good offense right now. Like Celesteela is a really good offensive mon with the Z move, if I do give it that. Charizard's really Charizard's one of the best offensive mons in the game. Like most teams just don't have a switch-in for it. Rotom can be really annoying, and like Nidoqueen can be really annoying as well. And same for Piloswine, just because Ice and Ground is really good. So I decided to pick up Yuxi next, because Yuxi gives me another rocker. I have 3 rockers now, which is really nice. I'm sort of getting my goal there with rockers. I only have 1 defogger right now, which isn't preferable. Optimal, yeah, optimal, that's a good word. But Yuxi just really sort of patches together my team. Because a weakness that I actually really noticed is, because I have Celesteela and Rotom as ground answers, but both of them just died 1,000 arrows, so if by any chance I play like Zygarde 10% or Zygarde 50, I'll just get blown away by that. Because like obviously Piloswine checks it, but I'm forced to run that sort of Piloswine set, and like Zygarde 50, like Ice Shard does like half, I'm pretty sure, just because it's stupidly fat. And then like if it's like Z Superpower, Z Iron Tail, just because of how predictable it is, because it's my only answer. So I really like Yuxi as another ground answer as well. So it's really good there. It has a lot of good support options like Slow U-Turner, T-Wave, Rocks, Knockoff, Memento, just has really good coverage. Bulky Calm Mind as well. Really big fan of Yuxi. So with that, I sort of wanted to get Alolan Persian as well, something also I'm really familiar with. Just like in the same sort of sense of Yuxi, it's actually something faster than base 100, which is something I lacked before, which is actually something I noticed around this time. I kind of needed some more speed. So I got this, gets Parting Shot, gets Knockoff now, so really good utility. So it's good knockoff with Yuxi, and gets Foul Play, just like, it's pretty simple in what it does, but it gives me the Dark type I need, because I really did need a Dark type. Because, like I said, I don't want Celesteela to be my only like Psychic check or something like that, because now I have Yuxi and Alolan Persian, which can be really nice. And you can definitely run a lot of sets with it if you are creative enough, like even like Nasty Plot, that'd be cool. If I can run that 1 week versus someone, definitely, I have run it before, so it would be cool to do. But yeah, basically it's sort of here to sort of support my mons get parting shot, which are just terrifying, like Nindo Queen, all that. So yeah, next up, I was looking because like I've been pretty preservative with my points so far, so I was like, you know, I kind of want to spend some more points, and I see something that really fits my team, something I really haven't used, and I was in call with Jake, who actually considered it like getting it this round, I think, but luckily I was like getting worried, but luckily he didn't end up getting it, and that mon is Terrakion. Terrakion's really nice. It's another rocker which I really like. It's a really threatening mon that's above base 100, which because Olon Persian isn't the most threatening to certain teams. Like obviously if they have like a Latios or Latios, then it can be threatening to that. But like it's not like if they have like let's say a fast fairy like a Lola Ninetales, I guess. I don't think that's really the best example, but I don't really know it's really fast on top of my head. But yeah, Terrakion's just absolutely terrifying. Fortunately, I do have to make the choice of whether I want Z Celesteela or Z Terrakion, because basically how it works is you have 25 Z points, and basically it's the cost of the Mon to like use the Z points. So Celesteela would be 18, and Terrak would be 14, which is 32. So that's just way over the limit. So that's just something I have to do, keep a note there. As well as I can't even get Celesteela and Olon Persian, because Olon Persian is actually cool with Z Parting Shot. That's something I was considering as well, with like Persian Terrakion, which is a really good pair for Z moves. So it'll be interesting for that, but Terrakion is just another really good breaker. Puts a bit less pressure off of Celesteela and Charizard to do work, because I really wanted, because like I have a lot of like support, and I think those support mons can help Terrakion out as well. So it's really cool that I have a big threat like that. And it's also another normal resist, which takes pressure off of Celesteela. So that's really something that, like, rock fighting is actually a pretty unique typing. I like it a lot. So speaking of some good support and some good speed, I decided to get Whimsicott next. So basically, after like when round 5 when like all the good grass types were taken, I was like, I'm not really sure what grass type I want now, because I was pretty sure I wanted a grass type for sure, because like grass types can help lure out stuff that helps out like other grass types maybe or something. Because like Whimsicott's actually really underrated. Also steel types, yeah, steel types. That literally like my entire team can take advantage of steel types, part like Uxie, so that's really cool. Also, I want to mention, just sort of bouncing around here, but Terrakion also helps like deal with like defensive fire types, which are really annoying for Celesteela and Charizard to break. Like an Arcanine's like really annoying. But yeah, Whimsicott's something I haven't used, but has a lot of utility with stuff like Encore, Tailwind. Has Sunny Day, I think. It also has Rain Dance, so it could be like some like Weathermon. It gets Hurricane as well, so that's pretty spicy. And yeah, it's pretty simple in what it does. It's really good support mon. It's more speed, which I really like. It's 116, which I think it might be the only mon to be 116, unless there's like some other irrelevant mon that's 116. But yeah, it's really solid in what it does. Grass Fairy, it didn't have a fairy either, so it's good to have a semi-check another to Dragon, which is also really why I like Pilus 1, because it doesn't like take Dragon the best, but like Ice Shard can revenge him pretty well. So next up, running out of points, we can get a maximum of 12 mons, which is different from like usually, because it's usually 11. So I decided to get Zangoose, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted with my last 3 picks, but I was really kind of convinced by Zangoose, because it's something that I've used a lot in the recently, and it's just, as 3 points, it's just absolutely a steal. It now gets like Z Belly Drum with like quick attack. Obviously it's like not extreme speed, but I think Belly Drum's still a viable set. But its main appeal is that with the Toxic Orb, it's one of the best breakers out there, because normal is just really spammable as it is, and with its coverage it gets like close combat, it gets knockoff, it gets sword stance, quick attack, it gets fire moves. I think it might get ice moves, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really need ice moves anyways. So it pretty much just destroys anything that can switch into it. So if like your steel type's taking like 40 from a Toxic or boosted facade, and it's absolutely disgusting. It's because you just go for a facade and then you just go for your coverage move and they're dead. Like it's pretty much just like a kill for kill kind of thing, depending on the matchup, which is really something I like with Zangoose. because I'm not the type of player who likes to be like walled out by stall and like that. So I really like having solid ways to break it. So with that, speaking of a really cool breaker, I wasn't actually really sure with this. I was considering like this with Vaporeon, but I was like, Vaporeon's lame. Like that's the basis of it. I don't really like Vaporeon. It's just like fat and passive. And like Wish is like really nice on my team, and it's something I kind of wish I got. Might make trades to potentially get Wish, but I really do like Araquanid here. It's a really strong water type due to water bubble, which for those of you who don't know, it like doubles its water type moves, and also it makes it so it can't be burned. So it's pretty much like the perfect switch into water types, which I actually love because looking at my draft, I'm actually fairly weak to water types, with Rotom and Whimsicott being my only switch-ins. And Whimsicott's not the best switch-in to things because it's kind of frail, but like Araquanid's just really bulky. It has like good HP, has good HP, good Spit F. Yeah, that was one of the main reasons I took it. Like, had really good Spit F, which is really nice for like really big special threats. Because I think that's honestly one of the main problems with my team is that really strong special attackers can kind of blow through me. I might make trades for that depending on how the first few weeks go, maybe even further than that. But yeah, I'm really liking Araquanid here. It's really scary, as well as Zardunderwebs is just terrifying to face, as well as Terrakion and Queen. So it's weird because I had Mega Mawile on CPC, and it just I have more abusers here than I did there, so it's just something I want to bring up. But yeah, last pick we got the mascot here, got that grass on grass action because we love Carney here, so we had to get a second grass type. This is what Carney would call a secondary grass type or experimentary. I don't know, but yeah, basically I like Quillfish as last pick because I have every hazard now because this gives me spikes. I had Ski Webs with a Araquanid because it gets that now, and it's a better like solid like Fizz Def like grass type because Whimsicott's like pretty frail. It doesn't want to switch into things, so I could actually see myself bring this to games. Like it's like Skeeds, gets Roar. I don't think it gets Spiky Shield, but it gets Spikes, and it gets like all that utility, and it's like annoying. I actually think it gets Belly Drum, so maybe once we can flex on someone with that. So better watch out, opponents, and you're watching this. So yeah, basically this is my draft. That is my 12th pick, and funny enough, I am out of points. So overall, I'm really excited to use this draft. I think it's really well. I think, like I said, it does have some flaws to it, but I think that I can work around them. And just overall, really big fan of how this went. Just it's sort of like a hyper draft, I guess you could call it, because like it's not the most innovative, but it has that Volt Turn, it has bulky pivots, has like strong attackers, has like some mons that I really like using, as well as some mons that I'm not too familiar with. So hoping that I can use those mons a bit more to really provide you guys some quality games. And speaking of games, tomorrow is either tomorrow or Friday. Week 1 will actually be uploaded, so I'm really excited to bring you guys week 1. Really going hard for minors this season. Want to get that on that promotion game, on that pushing grind. So if you feel me, so really excited. Oh, also, I should probably mention this. I ended up going with Z Celesteela just because I want to make Celesteela the best it can be. Because without the Z move, it's really just limited to defensive. I don't think I have that option to go offensive, unless they're like really weak to Celesteela, which some teams are, like I'll admit. But I still think that going with Z move is really good on Celesteela because it's definitely something that people have to prep for, even though they don't have to prep for Z Terrakion now. So that's definitely something interesting to note. But yeah, that's all for this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, comment down below. I'll try and actually name some mons after you guys, if you want. So definitely that's a thing. So yeah, if you did enjoy, have a good day. Peace. Wait, I lied. Help. Okay, I'm bad at recording.